What's up YouTube? Capital G here. Got a couple of awesome duels for you guys to check out, including this first one that is going to see a Layer of Darkness taking on Salamangreat. You're actually going to see some explosive plays in this duel, but maybe not from the deck you would expect. Let's see what this opening hand is looking like for Salamangreat. Oh my, it's almost perfect. This is a hand that consists of Foxy, which can get you potentially a +1. He has access to Gameciel. Even if he doesn't want to use Foxy's effect, you can argue that he could still kind of combo off, because I believe all he'd have to do is just normal summon Foxy, go straight into Balanx, get your Salamangreat Sanctuary, play that, summon Gameciel of course in the process, and he would not have to drop Spinny in the graveyard because he would be able to summon the Foxy back by pitching like Roar. This would allow him to use Gameciel on something like Rage instead of dropping Spinny in the graveyard, and he'd have like access to so many good defensive cards. But we'll see what option he takes. That's just something it's a play that's out there. I would personally go for that play, but that's my opinion. He does go for the search, finds Fury of Fire. I don't like this card because it makes it so I believe you can only special summon one more time from your extra deck, and in a deck that Reincarnation Link summons, that just like, that doesn't work, man. Locking yourself in, that's not gonna be it, boss. Anyways, he is gonna go ahead and get that. He's going to get the Sanctuary. He's going to dump Spinny in the graveyard. See, this is the problem with this play when you dump Spinny into the graveyard rather than summoning your Foxy from the graveyard, is you lose access to Rage. And if you can open with Rage, Roar, and Warning, I mean, come on, bro. Like, what deck is going to stop all three of those trap cards? Like, it's so powerful. He is going to obviously go for Mirage Stallion, probably pull Jack Jaguar out the deck. This is all just standard Salamangreat plays. He, okay, so he put back his Foxy. That's a little weird, but whatever. Doesn't really matter all that much, honestly. His opponent's going to activate Layer of Darkness. He is going to use Roar on that. See, this is why if he would have had Rage, it would have been better, because he could have just used Rage to pop Layer of Darkness. Unfortunately, since he did use his Infernity Barrier, his opponent says, hey, I'm going to activate Red Reboots. Now I'm going to lock down all your trap cards, and that is really, really bad, because I wasn't sure how badly he'd be punished, because I was like, Layer of Darkness doesn't really have that much offense, but we'll see if he can actually get there. After going into Aromatherapy Jasmine to open up some extra monster zones, he is going to go into Thousand Eyes Restrict, suck up the Sunlight Wolf, go for Link Karibo. I don't know if he thought maybe I'm in danger here, and that's why he summoned the Gameciel. He's going to summon Link Karibo, and I think the Arima might be summoned after he gets the additional summon from Seraphonite. So we'll see if he does that. Yep, it's going to be summoned. He goes for Saryuja, finds a Monster Gate. This Monster Gate is going to be very important in this duel. He's going to tribute his opponent's copy of Stallion, and that's going to get him access to the Layer of Darkness. He's going to get Destrudo back from his graveyard, and that's going to get him a copy of the Yang Zing. So that's going to get rid of a monster. Well, no, I think he actually protected it with Balanx, so it didn't get rid of the monster. But check this out. He says, Cap, no problem. I'm going to summon Trishula. I am going to get rid of that damn monster. He's going to get rid of Gameciel permanently, and this was some straight cheese. Activates the Monster Gate that he found, and he gets the Destrudo. This is why this is so important. Destrudo, level 1 monster, and a tuner, and that can be combined with the Mare token for a level 8 Synchro monster. He is going to go ahead, since he tributed a Dark monster, he's going to summon that Darkest Diablos that he searched earlier. He's going to special summon that to the field, and I think this guy just found himself a random OTK. Once he gets Savage Dragon on board, Savage Dragon will get 300 attack. Of course, it'll get more attack from its own effect, and just like that, he ends up winning the duel. I mean, that could not have went better. It felt like so many things went right for that guy, not just the the luck of the Monster Gate and getting the level 7 that turned into Savage Dragon, but I think if the Salamangreat player had gone not for the search of Foxy, but had gone for the combo and maybe sent the Rage to the graveyard, I feel like things would have been a little different, because when he activated Red Reboot, he would have been able to use Roar on that. The fact that he had to kind of use his Roar early definitely hurt him in that duel. Anyways, second duel is going to be a card that puts the Fear of God in me. I hate this card so much. We have, I believe it is Crusadia Guard Dragons, and it's going to be facing off against Endymion Pendulums. Actually, no, there's probably only one card that really puts the Fear of God in me in this matchup. You guys will see it. Looks like he's going to go for some Guard Dragon plays, although Guard Dragon plays aren't nearly what they were during the last formats. And of course, if you draw your red eyes, it's not as good. This is the card right here. I hate Gameciel so much. Gameciel is one of those cards that a lot of times people just think of it as like a kaiju. I played in like weather painters and all sorts of decks like that. If you're using it as just a kaiju, it's not that scary, but when you play it in conjunction with the Kaijuto Waterfront, it's just such a fantastic card. I mean, it's not just that it has negation, but it's also that it banishes the card, and that's what makes like Orcish Crescendo so powerful. He's gonna end on pretty much just the Equimax and the Gameciel. It looks like just double disruption, but it actually can be more, because keep in mind, Gameciel is not a hard once per turn, and if your opponent's cards go to the graveyard, or even if your cards go to the graveyard, you actually get more negations out of this card because you end up getting more counters on Waterfront. So he's going to activate the Citadel. That's going to be banished. He is going to summon the Crusader Crawler. That will get his opponent a search, and guess what? That makes another that gives him another negation because it puts a monster at Equifax's link point that isn't the Gameciel. So now he can distribute this. It's already paid for itself by giving him the search, and when it hits the graveyard, it'll give him another counter on the Waterfront. So that's actually just really good. At this point, you just negate everything your opponent is playing. You know they're playing a Pendulum deck, so you know Pendulum decks don't really work unless they have at least 3 cards, because they need 2 scales, plus they need something to actually summon. If they just have 2 scales, they don't really do anything. All of the negations are just too much for the Pendulum player. So this is like one of the biggest problems with Pendulums. If you go second, and even if you have like 6 cards, if your opponent just stops you from getting the scales, or they can just negate the right cards, kind of feels like your deck just, the Pendulum summon kind of just it falters at that point, and it never gets off the ground. Now, it doesn't really help that he had these 2 monsters, which are both high level, and not really good scales either, because you have a 2 and a 4, so what exactly are you going to Pendulum summon with that? I guess level 3 monsters or bust, but yeah, just definitely did not work out for him. Anyways, hopefully you guys enjoyed those short duels. If you did, give the video a thumbs up. Thank you guys for watching. As always, subscribe if you have not already, and turn on that notification bell for daily videos.